The third lesson I took from Kobe is that leadership is extremely tough. You're going to have times where those around you don't have the same level of ambition. They don't have the same level of faith and belief in accomplishing the goal that you have set in hand. And as a leader, you're tasked to get those guys along, on board. You're tasked with, finding a way to motivate those around you to want to be great, right? Or finding a way to tap into, what their motivating factor is, what it's going to take to help them see their true potential. And a lot of times that's one of the hardest things about being a leader, whether it's being a coach, whether it's being a teammate, whether it's being, a boss, whatever the case may be. And sometimes you have to help people to see something that they don't quite see within themselves, or help them to realize a dream that maybe it's a little bit too far-fetched for them to even see. And they're okay with mediocrity, and they're okay with dreaming, here, whereas you are the type of person that dreams, a size too big, where you're like, okay, I'll grow into it one day, right? I'll get there. And that's kind of my mentality is, if I'm going to dream, I might as well dream big, right? Like, I'm not going to dream something that I can reach, just to be able to feel that sense of accomplishment, which I think a lot of people do. A lot of people, set their dreams at a level of attainment that they know they're capable of. So that way they have that sense of achievement, or that sense of accomplishment. And what I took from Kobe is, not being afraid of the uncomfortable task of leading others, not being afraid of, people looking at you and saying that you're too hard, or you're too harsh, or, your tactics are too extreme. Kobe was extremely, dedicated and focused. He was a very maniacal, leader. He tasked those around him to be excellent. He tasked those around him to be great. And he took a lot of scrutiny because of that. But, if you really watched him and you really watched the way that he led, that didn't bother him. And he wasn't one of those guys that was moved by the amount of friends he had, or the amount of, people that were excited when he walked in the room. He was moved by those championship banners that hang from the rafters. And he knew that it was going to take a different level of leadership to make that happen. And he knew that at times that was going to put him in some tough predicaments. So for me, in my life and my career, not sacrificing, what I know has to be done for friendship, or for the approval of others, continuing to be the leader that I know that I'm called to be, and tasking those around me to be everything that they're capable of being, and not allowing them to accept mediocrity in any shape, form, or fashion.